back on one of my early lake walks deep in contemplation, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to answer a question. I'm going to do something a little bit different today, and I'm really curious if you want to have this conversation more often here and in other places. Income creation. I want to talk about something today, and again, let me know in the comments if this is valuable to you, and I'm happy to do this on a weekly basis. We talk a lot about investing, but what about the income creation side? Because the more income you can create, the more you can invest, as long as you don't see lifestyle inflation or you keep it at a ratio. That's a topic for a different video. A lot of people, and this is gonna be quick, a lot of people are so obsessed or think constantly on how do I make more money? And I think 99% of people think that way. How do I make more money? I need to take, I want more. And there's no wonder to me why 99% of people fail to make more money. They fail to receive that which they're trying to take. And I learned a long time ago, and again, this is a pretty high level concept, but I like these kind of frameworks or these views of the world, because if you can apply the lens, the strategy and what you do is less important than the lens at which you see this through. But the lens I started seeing the world through is, how do I give more? How do I create more value? How do I solve more problems? How do I help more people? And what I found was magically more money would show up in my bank account without really even thinking about it. It was a byproduct of creating more value. Now, some might say, oh, that's easy for you to say. You're like online and you have this business. And before I ever had an online business, I was working at I was a delivery driver for furniture at a Canadian Tire, which is kind of like a Home Depot. And we deliver furniture or gazebos or gym equipment, and we would put it together. And sometimes I get a tip. And I started realizing that the better job I did and the more personable I was and the more like I made the people I was delivering the furniture to feel good, the bigger tip I'd get. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. So if I can do a better job and be more professional, I get paid more. Okay, so if I deliver more value, I can literally get paid more for the same job. Click. Second realization is, while working at that job, there was probably 3 or 4 or 5 of us working that job. And we were all paid per hour. And I realized that I had a really good work ethic. I was really good with tools. And I could put these gazebos, typically we did gazebos. I don't know why, it just seemed to work that way. I could put a gazebo together in like half a day by myself, when other people, it took them, 2 days, 8 hours a day, 2 people to put together the same gazebo. And I knew the boss was getting paid per job. Right, I didn't know much about business back then, and I didn't really think through it often, but I was like, yeah, I know he gets paid per gazebo, easy. And so his margin must be higher with me because I get the job done in 4 hours by one person when it takes 2 other guys messing around, going for lunch, effing around, 2 days to do. And so my simple brain put 2 and 2 together of like, maybe I can ask him if I can get paid per job because I get it done quicker. And he was super down for it. And I could sling 1 or 2 gazebos per day. I didn't really take lunch, or I'd eat while working, and I could put together stuff really quick. Eventually, he gave me the truck to drive, so I didn't have to own a vehicle. So I could take the truck home in the morning, show up early, and I just started realizing that by creating more value for the customers, I got paid more. For creating more value for the business owner, I got paid more, and I got a lot of perks for it. And that's when that lens that I see the world through, even now, if I ever feel myself stressed about money in some way, shape, or form, I'm like, oh, we're not hitting a target, or this isn't happening, or that's not happening. I'm like, Lucas, stop. It's not about taking. It's not about how do I make more money. It's about how do I deliver more value? How can I create more value in my chosen field? I've had a lot of businesses since then, and they've all been successful because I've been focused on delivering value. And so my question to you, and again, happy to have these conversations more often with you. I do think these are fundamental, especially around income creation or like business or all that stuff. I have a decade plus experience in it, and I built multi-million-dollar businesses. First business was a 6-figure business. Second business was a 7-figure. And then I went on to do multi-7-figure. And now I'm like, how do we create an 8-figure empire that creates abundance for everyone involved? And I'm just like really obsessed with that right now as I try to figure out that level of the game. And then there's other levels to the game. I'm not saying I have it all figured out. But what I will say is I've got a lot of experience, and if you're looking to make a 6 or 7-figure income, I think it's available to absolutely everyone, and it's actually not that difficult when you start seeing things with the proper lens. Again, I think a lot of people are getting into business or trying things online or trying to do things out in the real world, and they're coming at it from a take. How do I make more? And it's a flawed way of thinking that energy is simply not going to attract the flow that you want. You're trying to force it. It's like, this is a huge lake. This represents trillions of dollars. And all we need to do is we need to dig a little trench and let the money come to us. It's like a little funnel, a little cup that we collect it. And we do that by creating value, not by trying to force all of this in. It's a weird concept to me, but most people are seeing life through that lens and they're wondering why they're kind of spinning their wheels. And I get it, because that was me for a long time. Work hard. Just work harder and try harder and get what's yours. It's like we're kind of almost taught that. And I'm like, it's pretty flawed. Create more value. Focus on creating value, making people's lives better, improving people's lives, helping them in some way, shape, or form. And if you walk around all day with that lens, you'll be amazed at how easily abundance or the things you want. I remember getting taught this concept too, and then I'll end it here. Everything you want, someone else has. I don't care what it is. It's a jet, it's a yacht, it's $100,000 in the bank. It's, I don't care what it is, a piece of land, a car. Someone else has it. It's sitting in a parking lot somewhere and someone else owns it. A yacht is sitting in someone else's harbor or some dealership's harbor and someone else has it. Plane, house, the land, someone owns it right now. And so everything is exchanged. Everything's exchanged. In fact, even money itself, there's more of it created every single day, which God bless Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not that. Pretty cool. But even if you want more Bitcoin, someone else owns it. And so all of it is an exchange. And the more I started thinking through value creation and an economy where things are exchanged, you don't take something, it's exchanged. Yeah, these are simple concepts, but they're so fundamental to how the world works. And if we don't understand how the world works, then we can't figure out the game and we can't figure out how to play the game. But everything's exchanged. So if you want something, you don't take it, you exchange it. How do you exchange it? Well, there's an exchange of value that happens. Whether it's your labor, your time, or your service, or you trade a boat for a plane, whatever it is, there's going to be an exchange that happens. And that is literally how our entire economy, how our entire structure of like this whole 3D world is run. And the second you understand that, you can kind of be like, okay, it's like a weight off your shoulders. What can I create that I can exchange for other things with people? Because they have what I want and I have what people want. It's so simple, so fundamental, yet most people miss it. Appreciate y'all. I want you to win. If you do want more income generation videos like this, and even business topics or business ideas or business things, I'm happy to start a playlist and once a week riff on it, because I could write a book about this. Just let me know in the comments. With that said, I'm gonna get out of here. Truly appreciate you. Thank you for being a subscriber. Check out the podcast. We can talk about this stuff there as well. CryptoLabsResearch.com/podcast. And with that said, we'll see you soon. Peace.